Okay, I'm going to talk about something that's happening right now in the Airbnb business. It's actually been happening for quite a while, um, but it's something I'm getting into right now, and it's. I think you should listen to this whole thing because it's a very interesting business model. And if you've heard about it and you know all about it, yeah, fine. You don't have to listen to it. Um, it's called Airbnb arbitrage. Now, arbitrage is one of those things that have been around for a while, and basically it's, for lack of a better term, it's like when you get an apartment, you're subletting it. That's basically what it is. And arbitrage exists in different kind of businesses. Even Amazon has an arbitrage business model where, like, you can go to Walmart and in the DVD bin, if anybody's still playing DVDs, you can pick up titles you can pick up movies that are in the DVD bin for like $2, and then you can go resell them on Amazon for more, and you make the difference. And they even Amazon even offers, like, there's part of that program is you can immediately look at the name of the DVD, the movie, and they will show you using your phone. There's an app that will tell you, oh, this DVD of Al Pacino and Al Pacino and uh, geez, the other guy, Robert De Niro in Heat. That movie, it sells on Amazon for $10, where right now it's in the DVD bin at Walmart for $2. So I'm going to buy that, then I'm going to make the difference. So Airbnb arbitrage is basically the same thing. What a person would do is you go and you rent an apartment, you furnish it, and you then rent it out on Airbnb for more. So I find an apartment, I'm paying $1,500 for it per month. Then I furnish it. I spend $10,000 furnishing it. Then I put it back out on Airbnb for, say, 3,000 a month or 3,500 a month. And after I pay my rent and any other associated expenses like cleaning, utilities, etc., I make the difference. So say I'm paying rent of $1,500, and my cleaning, which is a fee that I also pass on, though, actually, to the guests, or I'm paying utilities and I'm paying for Wi-Fi. Let's just say, for argument's sake, I'm paying $1,500 rent and per month and $500 in extra fees. That's 2 grand I'm spending, and now I bring in $3,500 for that month. So 35 minus 2 grand means I'm walking away with $1,500 a month, and I've spent 10,000 on furnishing it. So after I recoup my cost, so 10,000, $1,500 a month, roughly that's going to work out to 15, like 6 months, I believe. I could be wrong. Six. That might be. I think it's 6 months. Anyways, or 8 months. But the point is, after 6 to 8 months, I've paid off my investment, and then after that, uh, I'm making the difference. Now, the great thing about arbitrage is you don't have to put out a ton of money to own a place. Where you have to go and buy a place. So you have to put down a big deposit. So say you go buy a place for $500,000, you got to put down 20%. Then there's closing costs, and then you got to furnish it, and then you're still only able to charge, that $3,500 a month. But you spent 100,000 plus to get the place, as opposed to Uh, you're spending upfront 2 months rent, first and last, for a place for $1,500. That's 3 grand, and then you are spending 10 grand to furnish it. That's 13 grand. 13 grand compared to almost $100,000 is really good in terms of being able to set something up for not a lot of money. The biggest difference is that you're not gaining any equity. When you own a place, as you know, hopefully you buy it smart, the the place goes up in value and you're gaining equity while you're hopefully gaining some cash flow if you did your numbers right. But the amount of money that you're putting in is significantly more. So, say you spend 100,000 to buy this house that's going to net you, after your expenses, 1,500 bucks a month, because you still got to pay a mortgage, right? Let's say that mortgage is 1,500 bucks a month, and you still got to pay utilities. So your expenses are still the same, a little bit more, a little bit less. So that's 100,000 bucks gone. That same 100,000, if you did rental arbitrage, that 100,000, say it costs you 10,000 to furnish a place and 3,000 for first and last. That's 13,000. Let's just call it 15,000, right? To get a place for rental arbitrage, one place at 15,000, and it's cash flowing, say 1,500 bucks. With $100,000, you could get to 15,000. You can get 2, 4, 6, 7. You could get roughly 7 places with $100,000. Each one of those places are kicking off 1,500 bucks. So now 7 times 15 is like 7,000, 8,000, 9,000, almost 10,000 bucks. My math is going to be a little bit off, but you get it, right? It's like now you're cash flowing about 10,000 bucks. You don't have equity, but you're cash flowing almost 10,000 bucks a month compared to this is using your $100,000 that you were going to put down on a property. Now you've put it down on what did I say? 2, 4, 6, almost say 6 places, 6 or 7. 30, 60, 90. No, it's 6 places. You're going to get 6 places out of this. So 6 times 1,500 bucks, 3,000, 3,000. That's 9,000 bucks. Okay, let's say it's 9,000 bucks compared to you owning a place that you put 100,000 into, and you're only cash flowing 1,500. It depends, right? It depends on how you want to do the play. But I would rather, if I'm starting out, I would rather have almost 10,000 bucks a month in cash flow as opposed to 1,500 bucks. And then with that extra cash flow, as you go on, right, and you've paid your expenses of furnishing these places and it's real profit, then you could take those profits and then maybe go get something that you want to buy, right, and start building the equity side. Also, with arbitrage, you can make deals with the landlords, the owners. You say, listen, I'm going to guarantee you a year rent is on time. Excuse me. I'll take care of the property. You won't get any phone calls from angry tenants or problem tenants. And if I can do that for you, maybe you could do me a solid and, can I get 2 months free rent? They may balk at that, but some of them are going to go, all right, let's see. Sure. You got a deal. Or they may say, no, I'll give you 1 month's rent. And we could talk about it. Let's see how the year goes. And maybe when the lease is up, we can negotiate something else. Sure. So it's a win-win for both sides, for the tenant and for you as the Airbnb host and the landlord that wants to rent the place and he doesn't want to get phone calls. So that's basically arbitrage. There's all kinds of other things to it, which I can go into in depth later, but this is what I'm looking into right now. I've got a lot of equity in my own